So did you walk out ama ulifukuzwa ama
No, me
ama
I
ulisema
don't
tu
know.
imetosha?
Kitu sielewi kitu ili happen.
I know you've seen this story online or you've heard it from someone, but this is the real story behind the talk. Let's talk about what's really happening between them of Facebook and Oga Obinna, because the story has shaken the internet these past few days. Everyone online is talking about it. Screenshots, reactions, interviews, and people taking sides. So today, I'm breaking down everything that went down, what both of them said, and what lessons we can learn from this whole situation. That's not just gossip, but also about how creators are treated in Kenya's entertainment space. So here's how it all started. Demo Facebook, who we've seen grow massively on social media and through collaborations, recently came out saying that she was basically not to report to work, or she did not hear anything from the manager. In her own words, she just stopped being called, stopped being texted, and everything suddenly went silent. According to her, she has been working with Oga Obinna for about 7 months. They had this consistent thing where they shot their content every Monday, week after week. But then one Monday came and there was no message, no call, no reminder, nothing. She waited, thinking maybe plans had changed or maybe they'd postponed the shoot. But deep down, she started realizing that something was off. She explained that she was never informed that their collaboration had ended. Nobody told her, don't come. Nobody said, we've stopped shooting. And there was no official reason given. She says she was simply left hanging, and that's what hurt her the most. She said, that Monday I was to go to the show. They did not call me. I was not told anything. Things just went silent. Those words alone tell you the confusion she must have felt. Imagine working with someone for months, showing up every week, giving your best, and then out of nowhere, no one tells you what's going on. Demo Facebook went on to say that the sudden silence disturbed her mentally. It's not just about losing a gig, it's about the shock of being cut off without explanation. She even said maybe her contract had expired, or maybe they decided to work with someone else. But even if that's true, she felt it would have been fair to just say so directly. She wasn't asking for drama, just closure. Now, that's her side of the story. But as we all know, every story has two sides, and Oga Obinna didn't keep quiet either. After her claims went viral, he came out and responded. According to Obinna, Facebook actually knows what happened. He said, and I quote, she knows. Meaning, according to him, she has the information. She's aware of the communication that took place, and that this whole I was ghosted narrative isn't the full truth. He also said that there's evidence, WhatsApp messages, group chats, and communication records that show what really went on. He even mentioned specific dates like August and September last year, saying that's where the evidence lies. Obinna insists there was no bad blood between them and that he never had intention of embarrassing or hurting her. In fact, he said he never employed her in the formal sense. Instead, he was just supporting her to grow her brand and talent. So, according to Oga Obinna, this wasn't really an employer-employee thingy. It was more of a collaboration where he brought her in, gave her a platform, and helped her gain exposure. He made it clear that he was not running an official contract with her, meaning that maybe, from his point of view, she was never officially part of his team in the employment sense, but rather a partner or a guest contributor. And this is where the confusion and tensions comes in. Because while Obinna may have seen it as a casual or flexible partnership, Demo Facebook clearly saw it as a consistent job, something official that required structure and communication. So when the communication stopped, she naturally felt blindsided. Now, let's pause and look at what's really behind all this. What Demo Facebook described isn't just about being dropped from a show. It's about respect and professionalism. Because when you work with someone consistently, even if it's informal, there's still an expectation that if things are changing, you'll be informed. A simple message like, hey, we're taking a break or we're ending this project can go a long way. Ghosting someone professionally is one of the most painful things, especially when you had trust in that relationship. But then again, we can't ignore Oga Obinna's side either. Maybe from his perspective, things were clear. Maybe he felt that the project had naturally come to an end. Or maybe, as he suggests, there were WhatsApp messages that explained the situation. If that's true, then the misunderstanding could be a matter of miscommunication rather than malice.
First of all, I never employed them on Facebook. I never, and I said it. It was a talent we were growing, I was supporting, and it got to that point, and I even spoke about it in Kisumu when I was doing the homecoming. You remember?
Still, this story has exposed a bigger problem in Kenya's entertainment industry: the lack of clear contracts and communication in collaborations. Many creators are working together on a handshake basis. No paperwork, no clear terms, no exit plan. And when things fall apart, it gets emotional, public, and messy. This is something we've seen before. People helping each other grow, then later falling out and airing their grievances online. Another big point in this situation is the issue of power dynamics. Oga Obinna is already an established media personality with years in the game, while Demo Facebook is a fast-rising entertainer still finding her footing. So naturally, when something like this happens, the audience tends to sympathize with the underdog, the one who seems to have been wronged. But on the flip side, the established person often has more to lose in reputation. If you look online right now, the reactions are divided. Some people are saying Obinna used Demo Facebook for clout, then dumped her after getting what he wanted. Others are saying Demo Facebook is being dramatic and should have handled it privately. But whatever truth is, one thing is clear: the way this issue was handled left emotional damage. Demo Facebook even said the whole thing affected her mental health. She said she felt confused and hurt because she looked up to Obinna not just as a boss, but as a mentor and a friend. Now, what makes this story even more interesting is how public it has become. Every time one of them speaks, blogs pick it up, headlines are written, and fans started commenting. This means whatever private misunderstanding they had has now become a public narrative that's shaping how people see them. And in the age of social media, public perception is everything. So what should happen next? Honestly, both sides need to sit down and talk. Not on Instagram Live, not through blog interviews, but in person. A real calm conversation. Because if there were misunderstandings, they can be cleared up. If there were feelings hurt, apologies can be made. If there was a contract or agreement, they can clarify it. But going back and forth online only creates more drama, more division, and more rumors. This story should also be a lesson for every upcoming content creator in Kenya. No matter how much you trust someone, always have things written down. A simple contract, even if it's one page, can save you a lot of heartache. It should spell out what your role is, how long the collaboration lasts, how people
watu mnilijua tu mtaongea lakini mnaongea right lakini mnaongea sana.
It's not about mistrust, it's about clarity. For Demo Facebook, this moment might feel painful, but it could also be a turning point. Her story has resonated with so many people who have been dropped, ghosted, or replaced without warning. She's gaining sympathy and, more importantly, awareness. If she channels this energy well, she could come out even stronger with her own platform, her own projects, and a clearer vision. And for Oga Obinna, this is a reminder that as someone established, how you handle upcoming talent matters, even when things don't work out. Closure is key. A simple message saying we're ending this project, but I wish you all the best can protect both sides and maintain mutual respect. So, as we close this discussion, let's not make it just about taking sides. Let's think about the bigger message, how creators can protect themselves, how communication can prevent a public fallout, and how respect can preserve relationships even when projects end. Because at the end of the day, we are all human. People make mistakes, miscommunications happen, and sometimes feelings get hurt unintentionally. What matters most is how we handle it afterward. Do we let ego lead the way, or do we sit down, talk, and move forward with maturity? For now, both Demo Facebook and Oga Obinna have told their sides. The truth might lie somewhere in the middle, but one thing for sure, this story is a mirror to the entertainment industry in Kenya. It shows us that talent is not enough. Communication, contract, and compassion must go hand in hand. And that's where I'll leave it today. Let's hope both of them find peace and closure, and that we all take notes from this, because tomorrow...
Do your research, okay? Demo Facebook is not part of Obinna.
Talk. We'll bring you the trending top stories about the Kenyan celebrities. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Demo Facebook is not part of Obinna show. Facebook is not part of Obinna show. I created a show called Weekly Show that I'm doing with Demo Facebook. Demo Facebook has her own platform that she's been doing alone.